I'm ready. Believe that. You hear me? So Minnesota Vikings GM made it very clear in how he feels about McCarthy, whether or not you got to think about them potentially trying to ship McCarthy off, or as everyone has been saying, make a trade for Burrow, right? Right. Well, Kwesi pretty much said, we believe in our guy. He is our guy. I'm gonna get into the article in a minute. Now, of course, those weren't his exact words, but the way he described McCarthy, right, it definitely showed you and made it very evident that they believe in JJ McCarthy as their future quarterback, right? Yeah, as the future franchise quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. Heavy. They believe in his growth. They believe in his development. They believe in his leadership, which is why we seen all year, all season, players voted him captain for a reason. At such a young age, at such a young beginning in his NFL football pro career journey, heavy. So it already has told the tale of who JJ McCarthy really is, right? Of how the players look at him and believe in him. On top of that, how the coaches, staff personnel believe in him, Kwesi, etc. So they're gonna put trust and belief moving forward into JJ McCarthy. At least that's what I hope they do. Mold and develop this young talent, bro. This young, spectacular, you know, feisty dog, gritty, heavy, talented quarterback with a cannon for an arm. Point blank, period. It should be no debating, no negotiating of who the future quarterback of this franchise is. Now, like I said earlier in previous videos, right? If they want to bring a veteran in for a so-called possible competition or someone to come in and help develop him, even more, but they have to understand that that is their role they're playing. And I mean, damn, if we being real, no cap. They damn near got a starter and a backup. You got Brosmer already, and JJ McCarthy, boom, as your one. You really only need one more quarterback for your three. Heavy. You give Max Brosma another year under developing under KOC, learning the system, learning the program. Give JJ McCarthy another year learning the system, right? Learning the program. You see them, it coming. You see it coming fast, fast. Brosmer coming along slower than McCarthy, but that's what we expected, huh? Yeah. But you give both of these talented guys another year in Kevin O'Connell's quarterback room. Let him develop. Let him continue to change the scheme, change his ways. Kevin O'Connell still has certain things to figure out. To become a better play caller and head coach in general. But I will be very comfortable with Max Brosma being a backup to JJ McCarthy, hands down, man down, no cap, right? Right. Then we talk about the elephant in the room. Oh, the injuries. Oh, the injuries. First off, he didn't break his hand, huh? No bones broken. Would he have a slight fracture or something like that? Or a slight tear? Whatever it was, man. Fire them comments up, huh? Let me know. All I know, it wasn't nothing major. He probably could technically play versus Detroit today. But I'm glad they're sitting him out. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even be mad if they let him sit out the rest of the season. Why? Shit, me? Huh? I've seen enough. I've seen more than enough that tells you the future is McCarthy. McCarthy is the future. Boom. The Vikings need to do what they need to do by him correctly, the right way. Build a team around him starting now, starting right now. You got the pieces already. Shore those trenches up on both sides of the ball, period, baby. Boom. You got cap space to play with, got Guapino to play with, huh? Federale, linguine, fettuccine, the cheddar, the bread and butter. You got all that to play and maneuver with, huh? Yeah. So Kwesi continue to dominate free agent acquisitions, even though Hargrave, yeah, probably not so good of a pickup. Allen, you can give him a higher grade than Hargrave, but at the end of the day, boom, we need more from Allen next year. Now Allen signed a multi-year deal contract, so he should be here for the next 2 or 3 years. So yeah, you can still get higher contributions out of Allen, right? Yeah. And as the season has progressed, he's gotten more better. But at the end of the day, Kwesi has to build on top of the momentum he has created as far as the off-season acquisitions go. You got two solid draft picks, McCarthy, boom, Dallas Turner, boom. Can he continue to build off that? You know, you know what I'm saying? If he stays around, if he's not fired. But at the end of the day, if he can have a great draft, then boom, all that Kwesi talk, Kwesi can't do this, Kwesi can't do that, right? Right. Get shut down quickly and swiftly, huh? Yeah. But I don't want to hear too much about, oh, McCarthy, can he stay injured? Can he do this? He's injury prone. First off, calm it down. The man didn't break nothing. The man don't gotta get surgery. It could just be a first year thing. You know, it could be just a little shift, a little change. He could do things to help himself as well, right? Right. Getting out of bounds, going down. But that's him. That's part of his style. He damn near looked like a running back out there at times, but protecting himself more, right? Taking less hits, unnecessary hits. You know, he don't got to be the hero. He don't always got to dive it in and force it into the end zone. But the man plays how he plays, and I love the way he plays. A real dog out there, huh? Yeah. And if KOC does his job right and really develops this man, molds and develop him, of course McCarthy has to play his part as well, huh? Yeah. He has a job to do, a role to play. He got to put the effort in and work hard, mental fortitude, mental capacity, and keep grinding and working on his craft and getting better and better. He might need to cut out a little bit of the family time at times and for more and focus more on the ball. Matter of fact, he gonna need to do that more time, more than less, you know, more often than not, heavy, early. We talking about his legacy, huh? You hear me? We talking about him being an elite quarterback in the NFL, huh? You hear me? So that's all on McCarthy. KLC can only do too much, right? Boom. The coaching staff can only do so much, but who are you? Who is he as a quarterback? And what I've seen this year, I know he's a dog. He's a winner. Good and a bad. He gonna stick with you and rock with you and keep fighting. Yeah, and he has talent on top of that. And he has leadership on top of that. And he has the physical attributes, right? Right. On top of all of that. For me, I mean, damn, that's all you need, huh? That's all you need. So now it's on KOC and now it's on Kwesi to build a team around him to put him in the best position to win. It won't take that long if they do it right, if they really zone in and cater to their quarterback, cater to your young rookie quarterback. Bottom line, point blank, period. Yeah, and the Vikings will be playing for a Super Bowl sooner rather than later. But it starts with top to the bottom, Kwesi and O'Connell, huh? Yeah, you know, this offseason will play a pivotal role in the trajectory of the Vikings next year, period. In the trajectory of JJ McCarthy as well. What is this all about? What is the most important part of a team, huh? Yeah, coaching, player relationships, player coach development, period. Do right by McCarthy, he will do right by them. I repeat, huh? They do right by McCarthy, he will do right by them. And it starts with them inserting the right team around him. Heavy. You got 10 picks this year, 10 picks, and you telling me you can't hit on five? Oh man, that will be a major conundrum. Kwesi will be extra piss poor. He needs to make the right moves in the offseason. Maybe get some new scouts in here round yonder. Fire some of the personnel round yonder. Get some people who can really identify football players round yonder. Not only that, but warriors, huh? Yeah, but dogs on that field who gonna bite, scratch, claw to the end, huh? Yeah, bitch, yeah. You hear? Come on, man. That's just what it is. But all this McCarthy talk, oh, get rid of him, trade him. He's injury prone. No, man. You don't you don't get rid of a guy when he's shown you so much potential, huh? When he's showing you what he can do, huh? You want a shit can of guy? What? For who, huh? Joe Burrow? And we talk about injury prone, really season ending injury prone, huh? Yeah. But y'all ready to drop everything for Burrow. I'm talking about this Vikings media, Vikings fans out there talking about, oh, give up 3 first round picks for Burrow. What? Huh? Are you kidding me, baby? Are you kidding me? What is it about here? What is it really about here round yonder? Is it about building a team, a Super Bowl caliber team, or going down the Kirk Cousins route again? Yeah, you get a great quarterback, but how much are you giving him? It's about team, bro. It's no I in team, period. You see the Bengals with Joe Burrow as quarterback, great quarterback, but boom, not enough pieces around him, period. Heavy, and you need more than just skill player receivers to be great or to be very good. Yeah, you know, yeah. You need depth all around. Very good depth to elite depth on your roster. Heavy. There's going to be some good players here, some average players here around yonder, but that's where boom, coaching comes in. Coaching kicks in. The Brian Floreses of the NFL, right? Kick in. Taking average level talent, making it good. Good level talent, making it great. That's where it all kicks in, you know? Yeah. That's why I always say revert back to coach player relationship slash development. Point blank, period, no cap. Yeah, man. You know? So kill that noise about McCarthy ain't it. McCarthy ain't that. Man, stop it, man. Poppycock. Huh? McCarthy is the future, huh? Of the Vikings, period. Like it or not. Let's get into this article right quick, man. Yeah. you know? Uh-huh. Give me 1 second, man. Give me 1 second. Shout out McCarthy, dog. Shout out Nah. Everybody going crazy. Oh, we can't see him finish the season. We need to see more. It sucks he can't play the last 2 games. Blah, 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 blah. Go cry, damn river. Come on, man. Stop the cab. I repeat, stop the cab. Yeah. Bitch, yeah. uh, Here we go. Vikings GM drops hint on JJ McCarthy's future after up and down year. Yeah. The Minnesota Vikings 7-8 clearly didn't get what they wanted from second-year quarterback JJ McCarthy this season. I mean, hell, here we go with the McCarthy talk. They didn't get what they wanted from their head coach, from their GM, or from their roster overall. From their trenches, etc. So let's be real here, round yonder, heavy, early. As the team currently has a losing record and is already out of the playoff mix. Part of the problem, perhaps the biggest part for McCarthy in Minnesota, was simply his inability to stay on the field. After missing his entire rookie campaign with the knee injury, McCarthy set out 5 games in 2025 with a high ankle sprain, missed another contest due to a concussion, and will set out the team's Christmas Day matchup with the Detroit Lions due to a hairline fracture in his throwing hand, an injury that may also cost him Week 18 against the Green Bay Packers. Of course, McCarthy had moments as well. He put away the Chicago Bears and Lions on the road in divisional games earlier this season and produced solid outings in back-to-back victories over the Washington Commanders and Dallas Cowboys in Week 15 and 16, respectively. Huh? Yeah. Come on, man. Let's get it. Put some respect on his name, on his number 9. All that said, McCarthy's development this year and viability for the season to come became the most important element of the 2025 campaign. Once it was clear that the 22-year-old signal caller was not going to be able to replicate the success that quarterback Sam Darnold had with what was arguably a lesser roster in 2024 when the Vikings went 14-3 and made the playoffs. Totally different circumstances, huh? Totally different scenarios, but I'm not gonna get into that. The whole Sam Darnold thing, huh? The whole KOC situation, just who the Vikings were as a team last year. The JJ McCarthy scenario, guess what? Boom, totally different, dog. Totally different factors have played a role all season long, period. So I will digress there for the moment. Minnesota General Manager Kwesi Adofo Mensah gave a radio interview to KFN's Paul Allen on Tuesday. December 23rd, and offered a candid take on how he currently views McCarthy, the GM's number 10 overall pick in the 2024 NFL draft. As part of his answer, Adolfo Mensah offered a fairly clear picture of McCarthy's immediate future with the franchise. There have just been growth moments, Adolfo Mensah said. A lot of young quarterbacks, when they get pressure in their face, they're trying to bail out the back. He's very good about getting up in the pocket, either to make scrambles or make good decisions. And this is just one aspect he is pointing out, and something very interesting that he just said. What he said, young quarterbacks, when they get pressure in their face, they're trying to bail out the back. What did we see last year, from Sam Darnold? Since everybody keeps saying, "Oh, the Vikings should have kept Sam Darnold. Oh, McCarthy's not it." That's all Sam Darnold did. He's even doing it this year on a so-called better team, allegedly. We're gonna see Sam Darnold down in the stretch, man. You know, even though they won that Rams game, the Rams damn near gave that game up. Period. The Rams were and are the better team, heavy. But you got to give much respect and props to Seattle's playmakers, right? Yeah. And their defense keeps them in every game, damn near. But even they can be and have been exploited. Period. Point blank. Bottom line. Yeah. You hear me? Come on, man. But Sam Darnold did that all playoffs, every big game. What did he do? Run back, run back. How many yards did Sam Darnold lose in the playoff game versus the Rams, right? Last year. That motherfucker took off 20 yards in the backfield every time he got under pressure. So little subtle things that Adolfo Mensah sees that JJ is continuing to get better at. Heavy, early, man. You know? Kwesi knows what he has. At least I hope he knows. Period. It's about being Clark Kent and Superman. Adolfo Mensah continued. I think that we're seeing him put the cape on a couple times, 3 times, 4 times a game. Facts. But also do the Clark Kent things, the boring things that really just matriculate offensive football down the field. We've seen that continuously the last 3 games, especially, right? Right. Heavy. So those are the things that I'm really excited to see. And then just the preparation, showing up a week of practice, getting the game plan, doing all those great things, being there for his team is really exciting to see. Yeah, man, young leader, dog. Young leader, early, heavy. Real dog out there round yonder. Yeah. Let's get it. Minnesota is likely to bring in a veteran quarterback as insurance against more McCarthy injuries in 2026. The Vikings could potentially even make a move for an established signal caller or of some type who can compete with McCarthy for the long-term starting job. And that's cool with me. That, yeah, competition is good for him. Heavy. It will only make him better. But it is fairly clear from Adolfo Mensah's commentary on McCarthy that the Vikings intend to give him a legitimate chance to retain the QB1 role and continue his development through year 3 of his professional career. How long that chance lasts, if McCarthy gets hurt again and or struggles mightily at any point next season, potentially represents the organization's next major pivot point. That's pretty much for the article right there, man. But yeah, so that right there pretty much tells you, sums it up, right? Makes it very clear. Kwesi, the Viking staff, etc., players, etc., are rocking and rolling with McCarthy. They've seen enough, man. I've seen enough. I'm sure Vikings fans have seen enough from McCarthy that tells you he can definitely be the future of this franchise and lead them to a Super Bowl one day. Everything is there. Everything is there. He just has to stay mentally locked in, right? Mentally focused, period. And continue to get better and work on his crafts. But like I said earlier, he's going to have to sacrifice some of that family time. You hear me, dog? Heavy. So he can really shine. Yeah. And fire them comments up. Let me know how you feel about the video, man. You know what it is. Big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes win, lose, or draw forever, man. Yeah. And guess what? We run the north. Yeah.